welcome to From the Heart Friday with me, Jessica Brigden of JessBCreativeCardiology. Hello, hello, happy Friday to you. I have an awesome card to share with you today. This is actually a card, I received this type of card in a swap from another demonstrator, another demo friend. I think it was on one of our incentive trips. And I received this, I think it was back in 2020. And so I've had this idea like rolling around in my head all of those years. And actually recently, one of my viewers here, so thank you, commented on a video of mine from 2020 when I had shared that swap card in one of my videos. And so she requested that I share how to do that if I had a tutorial for that. And I thought, you know, it's been 4 years that I've had this idea in my head, and why not? I should learn how to make this card and share it with you. So today we are going to be making, and I'm going to do two of them. I'm going to show you how to do it twice so you can get an idea, kind of see how it looks with different papers, but also just so you can see how to put this together. And so I'm calling it a fun fold box and a card, or fun fold card box. Some people call it a flat top box card. I have also heard it called a flat fold box card. I've heard it called the expanding and collapsing box card. So however you want to call it, whether you are flat fold, flat top, expanding, collapsing, this is going to be a fantastic fun fold for you. Okay, and I'm going to use a couple different collections from Stampin' Up's mini catalog, some of these retiring items here from our September to December 2024 mini catalog. We are going to be working with my favorite Regal Winter Sweet collection. You guys know I love those papers. I'm also going to be using some of the snowy scenes. We'll do some fun little snowmen. All right, so what you will need for this project, all right, you will need one full sheet of cardstock, 8.5 by 11 cardstock, okay? Not too hard. You will need some basic white cardstock, all right, for sentiment panels, as well as we are going to create a belly band to help keep this box card shut, all right, when it's not in use. So you'll need some, maybe some coordinated designer series paper that matches your cardstock, but really it's minimal supplies, and I feel bad that it's taken me this long to create this card and share it with you, because once I had completed it, it's really not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Okay, it looks, you know, it looks totally complicated. Okay, I'm hoping to demystify this card for you so that you can make it yourself, all right? And you will need a trimmer or a scorer, okay? So if you have the Stampin' Up paper trimmer with the score blades, that's perfect. All right, so let's go ahead, flip the camera, let's get started here. If you are joining me live or if you're watching the replay, let me know where you are tuning in from. Okay, and like I said, we're going to be working with both the Regal Winter, and if I haven't convinced you yet, I mean, this paper is gorgeous. It's on sale for $11.25. Love it, love it. And then just flipping back a page to the snowy scenes, we're going to be doing some little snowmen, snowflake scenes from this as well. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's start with our snowy scenes. Now for this particular paper pack, all right, the colors that coordinate are Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, Garden Green, Petal Pink, Poppy Parade, Pool Party, and Pumpkin Pie. And I went round and round, and I decided that I'm going to use this page that has the little snow globes on it. I thought we would actually fussy cut. Now there is a coordinating stamp set and set of dies. I do not have those items. I'm merely working with the designer series paper. Okay, so I will fussy cut the little snow globe. But I love the back side of this paper with these little petal pink snowflakes. So that is what I used as my color inspiration here today. All right, so let me grab my trimmer. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do, you need a full sheet here of your petal pink cardstock, 8.5 by 11. The first thing you're gonna do, and I actually already did this, all right, but you're gonna trim 1 inch off the end. So you're going to make it 8.5 by 10. Okay, so I already did that one step for you. So as you can see, my paper here is 10 inches long. All right, so you want 1 sheet of cardstock, 8.5 by 10. Okay, now what we're gonna do, and you know what, I'm gonna take my cutting blade out here because I am notorious for cutting when I want to score, and we're going to be doing a lot of scoring. So I'm actually taking my cutting blade out so that I don't make that oopsie today. Right. All right, so I got my score blade in here. Now on the long side here, on the 10-inch side, we are going to make 4 score marks. We are going to start at the 2-inch mark, okay? And go ahead and score there. And then we will slide over to the 3.5-inch mark. Okay, and score there. All right, and then we're going to 6 and an 1/8. That's the little line in here, okay? Not the full quarter, the little line, 6 and an 1/8. Okay. All right, and then at 8 inches. Okay, so we got that all scored. Then we are going to, let me turn that overhead light off so it's not reflecting here, okay? Then we are going to rotate this 90 degrees, and on the 8.5-inch side, we are going to score 1.5 inches. All right, 1.5 inches on each side. So you're gonna do 1.5. All right, and if you have the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, you can slide this all the way over, and this line here, right here on the outer edge, that is also 1.5. If you don't have that, you can take your paper out, rotate it, all right? But you want 1.5 here on each end. All right, so and that's all we're doing for now, okay? All right, so what that looks like when you get that all together, all right, is so we've got score lines here, all right, and then we have score lines here, and here, and here, and here. All right, so we've got our score lines. All right, so what I've done is I've done a little scribble here for you, just so you can have a little bit of a better visual. All right, so go ahead and grab your paper snips. Hi, Kat. Hello, hello. Oh, you see snow outside. Yes, I have my hoodie on. It is chilly outside. I think it might be like 20 degrees. It is super cold. So yes, I got my Stampin' Up! Hoodie on, staying warm and cozy, and doing some card prep in here. Yes, all right, so I used, like I said, I drew a little pen line on here so you could see a little bit of a visual. What we are going to do is we are going to cut. All right, so you're gonna turn it to the 8.5 side. We're gonna cut along that score line. All right, from the bottom, not just to the first line, you're actually gonna score it all the way up to that second. So not at the first, but all the way up to the second, okay? And then you're going to trim, not at the first score line, but you're gonna go right smack in the middle. You're going to trim 1.5 lengths off. So you're gonna have this little piece and you can toss that away, okay? You are gonna do this on all 4 corners. All right, so right along that score line, go past the first one, up to the second, all right, and then come 1, to go right here in the middle and trim that piece off. Okay, so all 4 sides. So let's rotate here. And so really I was impressed that this card primarily takes 1 sheet of cardstock. All right, that's it for the most part. And that the box, essentially what we're making here, it's all 1 piece. It's really cool. All right, so cut off these 4 tabs. If you have made one of these before, let me know. And if you're not, then I hope you're excited to try it. Okay. Okay, so we've got all 4. I got some envelopes here. Get those out of the way. All right, so we're gonna toss these 4, or discard these 4 pieces. Okay, and then another tip that I learned here. Oops, I wanna make sure I go all the way up to that line here. Okay, so what you can see, these are actually making the flaps for what is going to become the box. You can actually see it take shape already. So we've got this, all right, and this. And so you can see how it's actually, these flaps will fold up and this becomes the flaps of the card. All right, really cool once you can start to see the visual. All right, you can get an idea. So for these flaps, come in and just angle the corners right up into that inside, just in case. That will just help it come together, all right, a little bit. So these are gonna be the tabs on the box part. So I'm just rotating all 4 sides, just snipping off these extra little bits just to make my tabs just a little bit easier, okay? There's no real precise, just use your snips and just cut those pieces off at an angle. Okay. Okay, all right, so maybe that gives you a little bit of a better visual here. All righty, and hopefully this will help what we are going to do. I think this might help to start, okay? So for the inside and the outside, all right, you're gonna need 2 pieces of cardstock here that are 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to use 1 for the inside. Okay, so these are 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And if you want to stamp these first, you are welcome to. On this card, I'm just going to go ahead and glue them flat. So 1 goes right here in the middle. All right. You want 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and then you're going to flip it completely over, and here on the back side, right smack in the middle, is where we are going to place the other piece. Now this outside piece, the piece on the back, is technically where you would like write your message, your to from. Okay, on the inside is where we're going to put some little fun stuff. You could do a little pop-up in here. It works great. I'm going to show you, put a gift card in here. Okay. And now on these outside panels, this is where your decoration, your designer series paper comes into play. And these are 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I'm using a little snowflake design here. And well, yours won't have the pen, okay? That little pen mark was from my, just showing you so you could have a visual where to cut those little corner pieces off. So let's adhere these. All right. These are 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So you really don't need a whole lot of pieces. All right, and actually if you didn't have designer series paper, you could stamp on these outside flaps. Because what it is, it's when it all folds together, it's gonna make it look nice and pretty here. I should have put my snowflake panels so that when they folded together, they made a full snowflake in the middle, but I wasn't paying attention to the pattern. Okay, so we've got that. Now, you might think when this comes together, well, here's the box. How does it, we don't want to make a full box. We want it to be able to fold flat. So how do we do that? All right, so this is where, what we're gonna do is this center portion in here, all right, the center portion between the tabs. All right, so this, if we did it correctly, which yes, all right, that's 3 inches long. So we're going to pull our paper trimmer back in. Okay, keep your score blade up here. All right, just fold your tabs in. And just at this little top portion, we're going to mark the center mark. We want to mark that at 1.5, okay? So line the fold of your flap right up here, okay? And you want that at 1.5. And you're gonna start from the score line. So you just want this top portion, okay? You could even, where is my, I had a pen so that you could see it a little bit better. Somewhere I wandered off with my pen. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm doing this just so you can see this. Put that at 1.5. Okay, so this is your center mark. Okay, right here. Okay. All right, and you're going to do that on the opposite end too. Okay, fold your flaps up here and put this in at the 1.5, right at the 1.5 inch mark. All right, and score that top part. Okay, so you can see that right here. Okay. Okay, that's the middle part. Now, what we need to do is angle this in our trimmer here, and you are going to you're going to score a diagonal line right here from the center line down here to this corner, right, where everything folds together, okay? So, oops, get that flap out of the way. Okay, so we're scoring that triangle. All right, you can see what I did here, scored right there, okay? And then you're gonna do that on all 4 corners here. Okay, so line your intersection right up in the groove of your trimmer, right up here with the score line. Come down here, you're gonna do that on this part, okay? So that goes right here to the corner. All right, so the reason that we're doing that, you're going to fold that. Okay, fold these. They should fold in. Okay, fold these in together. All right, and then your flaps fold up, and that, all right, this just kind of gives you the score here. There we go. That is what's going to attach and make this pop up, okay? So the reason we're doing that, these lines are where we are going to fold. All right, so let's go ahead and do the bottom section too, okay? Again, we are scoring from this little point where everything intersects right out here to the center line. Okay, yep, I've got my piece on there, that's good. All right, and now the last one here. I know this looks a little bit messy. You probably won't be drawing on yours, but I wanted you to be able to see exactly how this is all coming together. Okay. All right, again, go ahead and burnish those score lines. Okay, it should meet together in the middle. Okay. All right, I think we've got everything we need here. Now, I think some tear and tape, because this is definitely an interactive fun fold card. So I do recommend some tear and tape, okay? Or maybe your Seal Plus. You want a strong adhesive. And we are going to put that on these flaps, okay? So you see how we had, this is what it looks like flat. All right, we're scoring, folding in on that mark, and then we're folding the flap up, okay? So when it's outside, you're folding them in, and then the tabs go up, okay? So we're gonna do one end, and then we'll do the other, okay? All right, so just putting a little tear and tape on these tabs. Okay, and really, that's all. Oh, did I put it on the wrong? Oh, I did. Okay, well, that's why we're doing this. All right, didn't unglue anything yet. All right, you got everything scored. Okay, I should have put my adhesive on this. So I went this way and up. You actually want to come down, up, and then down. All right, so I'm glad I didn't remove my tear and tape. Okay, you still want your tear and tape on those tabs. You just want to make sure it's on the proper side. All right, glad I caught that before I removed the tape. Okay, whoop, got a little bit of tape there on my finger. It is super sticky stuff. All right. Here we go. Do one side, fold this right in. Okay. So you can see how that's already starting to make the lift. All right, check this one out. Fold that right in. Look at that, it's good. They meet in the center. And so you can already see how it's starting to form the box at the top. Okay, so bottom panel, do the same thing. I'm gonna tell you correctly this time. You're folding that whole bottom flap in, okay, the triangles towards the edge, and then your flaps go down, okay, so that the ends will adhere to them. All right, you got that? Fold it in and back, and fold the tabs up, okay? And then get your tear and tape ready here. All right, I'm gonna put the tear and tape on both of them together. All right, this is the hardest part, all right? You're working with that one sheet of cardstock. You're making all of your score lines, okay? And then this is what pulls it all together here. Okay. Inside goes. And one last piece. Where is my, take your pick tool, swap out to my spatula end. That'll save. I just got my nails done this morning. What do you guys think? It's been a few months and my nails finally recovered from that last gel polish I had. All right, squeeze this all in together. Check it out, your card, and voila, you have a box. Is that not the coolest thing ever? I think it's pretty fun. All right, so now we need our belly band and we need a little something on the inside. So I had said we're gonna put a snow globe in here. All right, and I think that would be perfect little pop-up. So I'm actually, let me just trim this one out. All right, now I'll come around the bottom edge. So if you had the dies, you could die cut this directly from the paper. But like I said, I'm just doing a little fussy cutting here. It's all just one line, so I didn't think that would be too hard to trim this out. And I thought it would give us a fun little surprise for the inside here. Okay? Then you can save the rest because you can do a couple more strips with that leftover piece. All right, so what I'm gonna do is put a couple of dimensionals here on our snow globe because I thought this would just be a cute little thing to put on the inside just so you have a fun little surprise in there. All right. And this is one of the larger snow globes, so it just fits. So there we go. That way, you know, when the person opens it, we've got just a fun little surprise in there. And you could, see, it's perfect size. You could put a gift card in there too, okay? So you could do a message with a gift card, and that would be a fun little surprise. Because it folds flat, you really don't want to put anything bumpy in here, so it's not the kind of box that you could put chocolates or anything. It needs to be something that folds flat, okay? All right, so gift card works perfect. Okay, so to hold this all together, we do have a belly band. All right, so this is 1.5 inches by, what did I say? 1.5 by 9.5. And actually, you don't even need the full 9.5. It's just, what this does is when you put this in here, it does overlap quite a bit. So you can't quite get away with 8.5. You really do need something for this flap to hold on to, okay? So 1.5 by 9.5, and you are scoring this at, we are scoring this at 3 1/4, okay? 3 1/4 and 7.5. 3 1/4 and 7.5. Okay, that way you can put it right here in the middle. You could probably come a little bit, you could pull it a little bit tighter, all right? And then let's just put a little bit of that tear and tape here, right on the edge where these are gonna overlap. So I like to do one on this side and then one on this end. Okay, and that way, when you, oops, put this together here. Okay, make sure it doesn't extend beyond your flap. There we go. That way we've caught it. We've got adhesive on 2 places there. Our belly band is nice and secure. All right, and it will slip nicely. Come on here. Slips nicely over our card. Now, you can make your belly band a little bit tighter here so that it holds everything a little closer, but there you go. You get the idea. All right, so now we're going to do something right here on the inside. We need a little decoration. All right, something for the inside. So I have a piece of basic white, and I thought I would use my heartfelt hexagon. Like I said, I love this stamp set. It's on sale for just $8. All right, just $8 for this. Coordinates with the heartfelt hexagon punch. Makes the perfect little label. I like the little detailed outside design here, so that's what I'm going to use. Okay, and then, all right, so I'm gonna stamp this in some petal pink to coordinate with our card. Okay, looks pretty. Then I'm going to use the Sparkling Snowflake stamp set. This is actually in the annual catalog, all right? And so I thought I would do a little snowflake here. This is actually, no, it's not the exact, but you know what? No 2 snowflakes are the same, right? So use whichever size snowflake you want. I guess I'm gonna use let's use the small one. Okay, I'm also going to stamp that in some petal pink. All right, make a pretty little decorative piece for that. And then we've got a couple sentiments. Winter greetings, let it snow, make the season sparkle. How about let it snow? All right, that works. Put that right in the middle. Yeah, that'll fit on my little block. And I want that to pop out a little bit. So for this one, coordinating colors, I've got Garden Green or Poppy Parade. I don't know, what color do you think I should do my sentiment? All right, right in the middle. Should I go with Poppy Parade or Garden Green? All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kat. All right, leave me a comment. Let me know what color you prefer for the sentiment. All right, Kat is voting for the Garden Green. All right, I'll give everybody a minute there. All right, and in the meantime, I'm going to pop this out here with my label punch. There we go, look at that. Love that. Okay. Okay, yes, so let's go ahead and use this Garden Green here. I do like this paper. It does have some fun, interesting combinations. Pool Party and Garden Green snowflakes, the petal pink. It's got some stripes here with the petal pink and the poppy. Kind of fun mix and match of the colors. Yeah, I like kind of the non-traditional colors too. My ink pad needs to be re-inked, so I'm just stamping around, make sure I got plenty of ink on here. Stamp that in the middle. A little let it snow. So pretty. Okay, we've got some dimensionals, and I am not going to put them on the top because those extend beyond my belly band. Okay, and actually I think I'm gonna flip my band around so that originally I had planned to cover my seam, but my label's not quite big enough. So I'm gonna put the seam on the back, all right, so nobody sees the seam there. Or just use a little bit bigger label, or add a die cut snowflake or something to it, okay? But for right now, so we're gonna go left and right, and well, let's do one in the middle for good measure, okay? So 3 little dimensionals here on our tag. All right, line up the points in the center. So pretty, and we need a little bling. And I found these petal pink and pretty peacock foil gems. All right, you can still get these. They carried over to the annual catalog. And since we've got some pretty pink with little gold foil, I thought that would be perfect, especially since it's just the right size to put in the center of my snowflake. So I'll do the medium size there, and then maybe a couple of small ones here. So I've got a pretty little decor on my card. Isn't that cute? All right, so recipient would receive this, slide the top off, and then surprise, it's a box card, fold flat box card, okay? All right, so let me show you how to do this again, okay? We'll do one more. This time I'm going to use the Regal Winter Collection. And I'm doing some pretty peacock this time. All right, so grab my sheet of cardstock and my trimmer. Get these things out of the way here. Okay, so like I said, you start with a piece of 8.5 by 11. All right, I'm gonna put my cutting blade back in here for a moment. Whoops, or throw it, one or the other. Okay. All right. Okay, so now on the 11-inch side, right, we are trimming that down to 10 inches. Okay, so line this up here at 10. Okay. Trim that piece off. Okay, now I'm going to remove the cutting blade. Okay. All right, and we'll do our scoring. Again, we are starting at 2 inches. Then we are sliding over to 3.5. Okay, 6.5. I think I originally said 6 1/8, and that's not right because this part in the middle needs to be 3 inches. Okay, so 2, 3.5, 6.5, and 8. Okay. All right. So that is along the 10-inch side. Okay. Now we are rotating, and we are going to score 1.5 inches from the left. And we are going to score 1.5 inches from the right. Okay. All right. Now, again, cutting from the bottom on that score line, we're gonna cut past the first score all the way up to the second score. Okay. And then instead of cutting on that second score, we're gonna cut this right in the middle. And it does not have to be perfectly straight. This is going to be the tab. All right, while we're at it, go ahead and just angle those. Okay. All right, that's one corner. You're gonna do that to all 4 corners. Okay, so just rotate that. Cut on the score line, past the first, all the way to the second here. Okay, and then halfway mark, trim that out and angle them. Okay, so you can see once you've kind of made your first initial card, right? You could even use this, even do it with some scrap paper or something, just so you have kind of make your template. And then you can see how much easier it is going forward. Okay, so it's really, once you get the feel for, I mean, really, once you add the score lines here and do this little bit of trimming, you're like, oh, that's, you can start to see how it takes shape. Okay. All right, last one here. Past the first score line, right up to the second. Okay, then come right here in the middle. Yes, now that you understand what I'm doing with the paper, the cutting and scoring makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, and so that's why I feel like it's good to kind of try it, make a template. Okay, all these scraps here just get discarded, or I mean, you can save them if you want, punch something out of them. Okay, now, all right, since we've got I'm kind of doing this a little bit, I did more step-by-step on the first one. All right, I'm doing a little bit quicker here on the second one because we've already done it before. So mark your tabs here. All right, like I said, we're gonna score this top part. So because this section is 3 inches wide, put this in here, your folded tab at the 1.5 inch mark here, right up there. All right, and we're going to score right in the middle. Okay, just that top, just this top little section. We're gonna score it in the middle, all right, so that we can create our fold lines for the box to collapse. All right, so just right here in the middle. Okay, and go ahead and do the other side as well. Okay, mark it at 1.5. Okay. Okay, now you can see that here. Okay, and now we're going to draw the score lines that we need to make the these squares that we're going to turn into triangles. Okay, so from that middle score line down to this point where everything intersects. All right, line that middle score line up in the groove of your trimmer where everything intersects down in the groove. Okay, and we're going to score a diagonal here as well. Okay, so you can see how that makes a triangle. Okay, now do that on all 4 ends of this flap, okay? So middle point up to the intersection. All right, that one didn't quite get to the intersection. Okay, there we go. All right, and now do this end. You're just rotating your paper here on your trimmer, groove to groove. Okay, that looks good and even. Okay, and now the last one. Middle point to the intersection. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we truly are done with our trimmer, okay? All right, so let's add our paper layers here. All right, a little bit of decor. This time I'm using the Regal Winter, and I'm using some of the specialty paper. This is the Regal Distressed Patterns specialty paper. Check out how beautiful that gold foil is there with those leaves. Okay, so these are 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. These are going to go on the outside flaps. And our basic white for the inside, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, one for the front here and one for the back. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere these papers down. All right, so I'm going to do the outside edges first. Yes, you could do, you could emboss that middle section, absolutely. Add some texture in there. I think what I'll do on this piece is maybe I'll add, and I've got a little stray ink on there. So let's do, I've got the Regal Flora stamp set. Let's do a little cluster of flowers. How about that? We'll do a little stamping. And maybe a leaf in here too. And let's see. Yeah, we'll just add some flowers. I don't know what I was gonna say yet, so if you wanted to put a message, obviously stamp that first. Okay, so I got a couple of blocks here. Let's do the leaf and pretty peacock. Oh, let's maybe we'll do a fun little pattern. Let's do that. That's pretty. And then let's do, I think I want to do blackberry. We'll do bold colors. It is Regal, right? Regal Winter. Okay, so let's see here. And I need a little message for the inside. Let's go with, you know what? I've got this one out. How about this? Sending love and hugs. How about that? I love that. It's perfect. Perfect for like all occasions. And let's do that in the Pretty Peacock. All right, nice. Now we've got this beautiful message on the inside. Let me move my ink pads out of the way. Not gonna go too far because we are gonna do a little bit more stamping for the belly band. All right, so now that I've got my message in here, we can adhere this to the inside. Hi, Luann. Hello, hello. Oh, you are definitely going to have to go back and watch the replay, Luann. This is a video you don't want to miss. Super fun technique card. We are doing a fold flat box card. Okay. All right, this pattern piece here on the back for your handwritten message. Okay. All right, now let's pull this over. You can score your lines. All right, fold in and then back out. Fold in and back out. All right, look at that. We're pretty good. A little space in the middle, but I'm happy with that. Okay, gives kind of like a little sneak peek. Ooh, mystery. What's on the inside? All right. Okay, now we're going to do these flaps. And I'm going to tell you the right way to do it this time. Because I've already done it once. You can already see this card is coming out a little bit better. All right, than the first one. Yours might be like that too. Like I said, do a trial one, okay? And then it'll be so much easier. Your second one will turn out perfect. Okay, for our top, all right, all this scored piece, fold in, fold back on that triangle, okay? Fold back on the triangle, fold the tab down, okay? Then that, on that folded tab is where we are placing our tear and tape, okay? Okay, same on this one, fold the triangle back, okay? And that should, you might need to help it a little bit, okay? And then fold your tab down. Add your tear and tape. Okay, and I'm actually gonna do all four here at the same time. So at the bottom, fold your flap up, the triangles back. Okay, again, you might need to come a little bit further. Okay, and then your tabs in. Okay, place your tear and tape on the tabs. Okay, all right, we got everything here. Grab your, this is just the best tool ever. You take your pick tool, spatula end, remove those tear and tape flaps. Saves your fingernails. Even if you don't have fancy fingernails, still saves them, okay? Let's do the bottom ones too. Okay. Yes, isn't this the coolest thing, Luann? I originally saw this type of card. I received one in a swap back in like 2020, okay? Quite a long time ago. And hadn't really come across any tutorials or anything. And I finally learned how to make it. And I'm excited to share that with you guys. And now I'll be making all kinds of them because it really is the coolest thing ever. Okay, so now do one side, fold that in. Okay, and now we've got the other side, fold that in. All right, make sure it's all good and secure. And now this is the coolest part ever. When you open your card, voila, you have a box. Is that not the niftiest thing ever? All right, and then you use a belly band, a 1.5 inches by 9.5. All right, fold this around your card. Now, I did originally pre-score mine, but honestly, just wrap it around. It's so much easier. Wrap it in and then pull it nice and secure. You don't want it so tight that you can't get it off, right? It's a belly band, which means it's supposed to slide. Okay, so you want to be able to slide it, so don't make it too tight. Just put this in so it's nice and secure. All right, put a little bit of tear and tape on this flap, okay? And then a little bit on the front side of this flap. Okay, and then when we remove these, oh, flung that right off. Okay. Get this all lined up here. All right, bring this nice, make sure you're lining it up straight. Okay. All right, oh, we're good. Still moves, okay, so we're good. And then we can decorate the front. So, all right, I've got my mini machine here, my baby blue. And I thought I'd use the Regal Flora, the dies for this, okay? So let's get this ready. I've got base plate 1, clear plate 2. Okay, I need a strip of cardstock here. All right, this will work. I believe this is 2 inches, okay? So I got a strip of cardstock that is 2 inches wide. And I'm going to use this fun label die here. And really all I want is the inside anyway, so 2 inches should just work, okay? And then your second clear plate, put that on top, get them started here. All right, and then grab on and crank away. Who said stamping was an exercise, right? Okay, we got that. Look at that, no waste. And I got more for another project. Okay, I actually did 2 layers here. So this outer layer is a little decorative frame, and I'm not going to use that on this project, so I'll save that for something else. I just want this piece because I thought that would look pretty right here. Yeah. All right, and let's do a little message. And I said on my inside, we did the sending lots of love and hugs. So maybe I'll do that. Wishing I was there to give you a hug. That would work. Right? A card is a hug with a fold in the middle. Have you guys ever heard that one? I love that expression. A card is a hug with a fold in the middle. All right, so let's get our sentiment inked up. I am stamping with the, ooh, get my card out of the way here, with the Pretty Peacock. Yes. Okay. I got that. Now let's add a couple of dimensionals to this. Again, I'm just doing the left and the right and the middle. Okay, because I want to make sure my belly band still slides. Okay, so this is so pretty. Just like that. Belly band slides. Perfect. If you want to dress that up a little bit more, okay, we've got well, got some leftover, just some scraps of basic white, and let's go ahead and do a leaf sprig here. Yes, aren't these colors gorgeous? All right, with the leaf sprig and the pretty peacock. And since we'll do the colors to match what we did on the inside, and we'll do a little flower trio. I think I have enough cardstock here. Yes. For that, okay, let's start with that. Alrighty, so put this aside, bring in baby blue again. All right, line this up on here. And then we've got our dies. Here we go. Looks good. I think I could do these both at the same time. Yes, just fits. Look at that. Okay, and then my clear plate. Right on top. Pinch them so that they don't move. Okay, pinch and shove. Start to crank, grab on. Alrighty. Woohoo! Look at these pretty pieces. All right, let's do this. Where do I want to put these? Because I do need my card to be able to still move. Although maybe I should just do something like that. Maybe I need a single flower instead of, I like that there. All right, so let's do a glue dot. Oops, I got a glue dot stuck right to my fingernail. All right, right at the base of my leaves, we'll put a glue dot. This looks nice here. Again, it's on the label, okay, so that it moves with the card. But that's kind of pretty as is. I kind of like that. We do have a single flower stamp, so that might be another option. Okay, let's try that. Grab another little piece of some cardstock. Just using up some scraps that I keep in my bin here. Single flower. Go with the blackberry. Okay. I think that'll work. Less is better. I agree, Luann. Okay, so let's see here. Grab the die for this one. Try not to lose the other dies. Okay. All right, we'll cut this flower out and then see if we like it or not. Otherwise, we'll just leave the leaf. Okay. So put our flower on there. Clear plate and pinch. Okay. All right, there's my dimensional. Oops. All right, let's see here. No, you know what? The way it is on here, I'm liking just the leaf. Let's do that, okay? We tried. I'll use these for another project. I kind of like the leaf. Less is more, all right? Okay, so let's go with this time. These are the Pretty Peacock Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock foil gems. So we use the I can't talk today. We use the Petal Pink ones on the first card. We're going to use the Pretty Peacock on this card. It kind of works out perfect. Let's do that. Large, small, and all right, let's just do that. That way the whole label is decorative. It's classy, it's regal, right? Just like it's supposed to be. And slide off the belly band. Whew, surprise. Love it. And then you have space for your message on the back, which it all folds flat, so you've got plenty of room to write. So what do you guys think? I know this is a little bit longer video than usual, a little bit more involved technique here. Hi, Linda. Hello, hello. All right, put the band back on here. All right, well, I hope you give these a try, whether you call this the fold flat box card, the flat fold, fold flat, flat fold, collapsible, expanding. All right, however you want to name this, it's fun. And it's great. Again, you can stick a gift card in there. It's just kind of a fun little thing, and the recipient will of course be surprised because it really is super cool. Alrighty, so I appreciate you guys following along with my video today. So if you missed the beginning, definitely go back, watch that, grab some scrap paper, make your template, okay? And then like I said, first one, kind of get a feel for it, and then the second one, gonna turn out awesome, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please share my video with your crafty friends. All right, we'll be stamping with you again next week. All right, have a great weekend, stay warm, and we'll see you soon. All righty, take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Yes, Jane, I just saw your content here. I have tutorials every Tuesday and Friday. I do video tutorials Tuesdays and Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern. And I have over 500 video tutorials here on my JessBCreativeCardiology channel. All right, so lots of tutorials. You can, I've got playlists depending on what catalog or types of projects. I have a playlist strictly for fun folds as well. So yes, lots and lots of tutorials there. If you have any special requests, something that you would like to try, I can share the link if I've already done a video on that, or of course I can add it to my upcoming video list. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell too. Again, it's live at 3 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays and Fridays. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.